Welcome to the 2017-2018 NBA preview. My name is Josh, your enviers. Today we are covering the 24th ranked team, the Orlando Magic. Huge inspiration, like always, to Grantland. This series is based off of win-loss record in the NBA, so this isn't projecting who's going to win a championship. This is solely on record. So speaking of record, let's talk about the Orlando Magic's win-loss record last season. They only won 29 games. And at max this year, I could see them winning 31 tops because they're relatively the same team. Last year was weird for the Orlando Magic considering they signed Jeff Green to like $10 to $15 million contract for 1 year, which was a huge mistake. But again, at the same time, I guess they got to give their money out to somebody, and I guess Jeff Green was the best available talent at the time. This Orlando Magic team has had a history of drafting players, trading them away, drafting more young players and trading them away. And I don't know what's next for Elfrid Payton, Aaron Gordon, or all of their young guys. Mario Hezonja is kind of underperforming with this Orlando Magic team, and they drafted him top 5 a few years ago. I don't think this Orlando Magic team is good at producing talent, and that's kind of scary considering they did draft a raw prospect this year, which we'll talk about later. So what the Magic are telling me, Victor Oladipo, a solid 3-and-D guy, and a potential young player like Domantas Sabonis equals Serge Ibaka, right? So flip that, and then they equal Terrence Ross. How are we progressively downgrading here? This Orlando Magic trade logic doesn't make any sense. I mean, a few years ago they traded away Tobias Harris. Scott Skiles, I feel like he secretly hates Tobias Harris or just doesn't know how to coach him, because when he was with the Bucks, didn't get any PT. Traded to the Magic, he became a player, and then when Scott Skiles arrived again, he got traded. So I don't understand the Magic's trade philosophy. That's their one big problem. They keep trading away young guys, and they don't seem to know what they're doing. So let's take a look at the offseason moves that the Orlando Magic did to try to improve this season.
In the offseason, Magic were able to sign Jonathan Simmons, Aaron Aflalo for like the second or third time, Mo Spates, and Shelvin Mack. The one signing I don't get is the Shelvin Mack signing. Don't they have like DJ Augustine under like 3 more years? I don't understand that. All these players though look like trade assets, to be totally honest. They're role players on good teams, and maybe one of these guys could pull out something and be a Magic savior, but I highly doubt that. They look like trade pieces. They didn't lose anybody here. I mentioned Jeff Green and Jody Meeks. Probably Jody Meeks being the best player out of the players they lost, but really all bench the role players. Magic didn't really lose anything special. They didn't gain anything special either, but I like what they acquired more than what they lost. The Magic had the 6th and 33rd pick in the NBA draft. The standout rookie right here is Jonathan Isaac, who is kind of a raw prospect. And I believe I said this earlier in the video, the Magic don't seem good at developing their talent, the players they draft. They give up on them way too early, and they trade them away for, like I said, Serge Ibaka. Or they trade Tobias Harris away for, I don't even remember who they traded him away for. Brandon Jennings, I think. Ersan Ilyasova, who aren't even on this team anymore. That's crazy. Hopefully this doesn't happen with Jonathan Isaac or any other young guy on this team, unless they're really able to get a solid player, but I highly doubt that that's the case. It'll also be interesting to see if they play Jonathan Isaac at the small forward position or the power forward. Maybe they'll try both, just like they tried both with Aaron Gordon. But hopefully by drafting Jonathan Isaac, they play Aaron Gordon more as a power forward, you know, instead of trying to test out, oh, let's play him at the small forward, just like they did a few years ago with Oladipo. Let's start him at shooting guard, but then next season, let's play him as a point guard. And then next season, let's just bench him. So they need to get their act right with these young guys. Moving on, let's take a look at the projected rotation for the Orlando Magic. At center, Vucevic, Gordon, Ross, Fournier, and Payton. Similar team to last season post-trade deadline. However, their bench did improve in my opinion. They got Biyombo, Spates, Jonathan, and Shelvin Mack as their backup point guard. Somewhere along the lines, DJ Augustine is there. Bench improved, but they're still relatively the same team and will be probably in the same exact spot they were last year.
So the rotation is very young. I like the depth that they have, but at the same time, I don't, considering this team looks very similar to last year and years prior, where they have these bunch of young guys, some veterans here and there, and they're not drafting, I guess, big time players, or if they are, they're just not developing properly and then trading him away. So my question is Elfrid Payton a good point guard? I personally love Elfrid Payton. Elfrid Payton was scoring some triple doubles last season. I'm a stat guy, but at the same time, I'm not a stat guy because stats aren't the only thing that matters. But I did have Elfrid Payton on my fantasy team. I watched some highlights. He looked like a solid point guard. He can't shoot yet. I mean, he still has time to develop that if he even develops that. But he looks like a nice point guard to have. And the Magic, they're not really going anywhere.
Elfrid Payton just needs to play more consistently. He showed flashes of greatness towards the end of the season, but that's about it. Hopefully he can stay consistent during this upcoming season. The team most likely is going to play with a faster pace considering all the athleticism they do have. And I feel like although Elfrid Payton may not be the Magic's best players, you could argue with Aaron Gordon or Vucevic, I feel like this team only goes as far as Elfrid Payton goes.
So with that said, if you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like on this video. These videos do take a long time to make, and it'd be greatly appreciated to share it around as well.
Before you go, check out some of these other videos on screen covering NBA preview episodes prior to this one. The playlist is in the description in case you want to binge watch this series. It's pretty awesome. Along with my Twitter link @Enviers. Follow me on Twitter if you want to chat about the NBA preview or anything else. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.